All right, the NCAA. We've kind of been told this is coming. You know, coaches at Texas, Vic Schaefer, Jim Schlossnagle, Steve Sarkisian, everybody kind of working under the idea that there's a new 5-for-5 rule coming on eligibility from the NCAA. Well, yesterday that was pushed through. The NCAA Division I cabinet unanimously approved a major overhaul of eligibility rules that will significantly change how student athletes are allowed to compete at the Division I level. So the Division I cabinet, here it comes, adopted the new model. It will simplify, really it's streamlining things. The proposed rule, Jack, for Division I only student athletes, they would be allowed 5 years of eligibility over 5 years if they enroll in college no later than the academic year after their 19th birthday. So this is putting a date on it. So your clock starts ticking when you enroll, and you have 5 years to play 5. But if you enroll in college no later than the academic year after your so you can't start at 22 and then get 5 years to play 5. You've got to start by your 19th birthday, or you're not going to be eligible. You can start before your 19th birthday, but you can't.
Yeah, whichever comes
once
first.
you're to 20, hey man, you got no clock. Now again, that's. But what this is going to do is replace the current eligibility rules, which are kind of all over the place, where there are medical eligibility waivers, where there are red shirts, where there are eligibility extension waivers, delayed enrollment waivers, hardship waivers. Those are all gone. This is just going to be 5 to play 5. No red shirt, so if you have a hotshot freshman, he can play. He's got 5 years to play his 5 years of ball, whatever his sport is. Let me play you something, and then I want your thoughts, and we'll take yours. I mean, I heard a lot of commentary about this all day yesterday, but Dave Doran is the head coach of the NC State Wolfpack. He was on the podcast on On3 Sports that Andy Staples and Ari Wasserman host, and here's a head coach at the Power 4 level saying, hey, man, NCAA finally did something we've been begging for.
For you guys.
You know what? That was a change that was something we wanted, and so sometimes – these things are thrown at us and no one asks our opinion. No one cares if we're going to be able to handle that change. They just said, this is the new rule. Figure it out. In this case, we've been trying to get 5-for-5 as head coaches for a while. And, when the play 4 games to redshirt rule was created, it was pre-NIL. It was pre-portal. It was created to help your freshmen get a little bit more under their belt and help them develop. And post-portal, post-NIL, it became something that agents were using to leverage players and coaches with. And that wasn't the intent of the rule at all. And so I'm happy that this rule change happened. And, I probably went through in a tougher situation than most head coaches. A few years ago, we had a starting quarterback that opted out to redshirt. And so, to me, that wasn't the intentionality when this was put in. It was a developmental rule. And so 5-for-5, I think, is great. I think it actually fits academics better. It takes kids more time than 4 years to graduate. In most cases, it's 4.5. And it just gives you a little bit more runway. It gets rid of a lot of these waivers as well, where you see the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th year guys playing college football.
All right, so there you go. Dave Doran, head coach at NC State. They did have a quarterback who got his 4 games in and said, you know what, I'm going to save my year of eligibility. I'm opting out right during the middle of the season. We saw the BYU quarterback do that recently, or UNLV quarterback did that. This prevents that. You got 5 to play 5. If you got a hotshot freshman, he can play as much as he wants and not risk. Because, look, if you're Texas, I don't know if NC State is in this, Jack, but you're bringing in a Colin Simmons. He's going to be here 3 years and gone. So you're playing him as a freshman. But then you've got guys that, okay, he might be a 5-year guy, but let's use him as a freshman. Sark was talking about it last year. I don't want to – we get to these bowl games, and I don't want to risk losing a red shirt on a guy. We saw Jim Schlossnagle do it this baseball season. Or to get the final out of the regular season against Missouri, he brought a freshman in to get the final out, and everybody's like, wait a second. You just blew a year of eligibility for 1 out. Yeah. And he's like, no. The 5-for-5 is coming. That's going to be grandfathered.
My first thought is, what do we call these guys? Graduates? Redshirt seniors?
Just call them
5th years?
Super seniors.
Yeah, whatever it is, because it's freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, what?
Right, and the player after 4 years, if he wants to go pro, go pro. 3 years in baseball, or, all those things. But they have 5 years to play 5 years. Now, if they suffer a bad injury at one point, and then they get, they're not, the waivers are gone. So there are going to be instances where this is going to be a bad thing for individual players. But I think as Dave Doran just said, and other coaches have opined, this is something we want. It'll streamline the process. It'll make it easier. We'll know how to clock tick. I've already watched a bunch of stuff online where, high school. One of the trends in high school sports and youth sports is to hold a youngster back so that they're older than everybody and they get another year of development and size growth and all that stuff. Well, that's why the 19 is the number. 19.
Yeah. Like I enrolled in college at 18, so my clock would have started then because it says when you turn 19 or you enroll is what the language I read was.
I also enrolled at 19 or 18.
Yeah.
18.
So my birthday's in March, so
mine's in December.
My senior, by the time my birthday rolls around, it's into the second semester of the year. But I don't love that element. I just think it should be when you enroll because everybody runs their different race. 2, I have no issue with the Brandon Whedons of the world. I think the Quan Cosbys of the world where they go try their hand at baseball, decide to come back and play football, get an education. I don't think it should necessarily start.
Yeah, that's and we'll have to get Quan
and those are few and far between. It's not like everybody's like, well, I'm 25 now, time to go play college football. It's like that's not what's going to happen. I have no problem with J.R. Smith going back to an HBCU and being on the golf team there after an illustrious NBA career where he came out of high school. Like I totally Nate Boyer. I mean, come on. Also, how about this wrinkle? What about the BYU kids? They have to go on a mission.
Now, missions are a part of this.
Okay.
You can go on a mission.
I thought I snaked it.
That is a part of it. That is 100% a part of it. That's one of the conditions.
So that overrules the age thing?
Yes.
Okay. What about
so
the
age, NCAA
military
said the goal is to make eligibility easier for athletes, coaches, and compliance departments and schools to understand. That's the basis of this. Who does this affect? As you said, the biggest impact will be on future prospects and current athletes who have eligibility remaining. The 2025-26 academic year will be fully effective for prospects who enroll in the fall of 2027. So they're going to grandfather this thing in. And the eligibility timelines is 5 to play 5. What happens to red shirts? One of the biggest changes is that the traditional red shirt rules will be eliminated. Instead of athletes needing to manage 4 seasons of competition with 5 years on a clock, the new system would provide a defined eligibility period based on age and enrollment.
Okay.
So that's when the clock will start ticking. Are there exceptions? Yes. The cabinet outlined limited exceptions that could delay or pause an athlete's eligibility period. Those include pregnancy, active duty military service.
Okay. Great. Perfect.
Official religious missions.
There you go.
Those 3.
So you
are the
basically
only exceptions.
You can't go play another sport and come back is the one thing that used to exist that doesn't exist anymore. But if you're in the military, you can come back. Like Nate Boyer could have still played.
Yes. Under the new age-based model, eligibility waivers would no longer be available. That includes clock extensions, hardships, seasons of competition, and delayed enrollment. It just won't be allowed. And again, this is to root out the 26-year-old guy. And again, I'll have to talk to my buddy Quan Cosby about this, get him on, because I know Quan won a national championship at Texas as a freshman, but he was a 22-year-old freshman because he had gone to play in the farm system of the LA Angels out of high school, where he was a 2-sport star at Mart High School. He played baseball. He came back. He was a star freshman and then played 4 years and helped Texas win, 4 bowl games while he was here and a national championship. By my read of this, he won't be allowed back.
Right. I would not mind, and I would vote for that being added to the list of exceptions.
Agreed.
I have no issue with that.
Agreed.
I don't know. I
if
think
it's a different sport, like Quan was not off playing football somewhere and tried to come back and play college football.
Yeah,
he was off
wasn't in the
playing
UFL,
baseball. He made a run at
Canada.
baseball and then came back to play football. If you're good enough. But yeah, again, I like this. I know Dave Doran and coach. Yeah, that's going to be almost unanimous for the coaches to understand. Okay, I don't have to worry about the red shirts, the leverage from an agent. I just play the kid. He's here for 5 years, and as Dave Doran said accurately, most young people take 4.5 years to graduate anyhow. By the time they get all their credits together.
Yeah, I like the 5 for 5. I don't think they should tell you when that starts. I think you should decide that pretty much no matter what.
Yeah, I think they push for that for the 19 part of it. But
yes, college being for college kids, I do understand that is an argument. But people come back and get their education. People serve in the military.
Don't get it twisted. If you're a youngster, like my oldest entered college at 17 or high school he was done. He's got a birthday on Saturday. So
late birthday.
Late birthday. My wife did that too. She's late August birthday.
Oh wow.
So she's a year. Yeah, that's
back
the way
in
the clock fit.
You'd hold that kid
We actually
back.
discussed holding him back. We did. We talked about it. I still wonder if we should have. But anyway, doing great. All that. But but don't think. So it doesn't mean if you enroll in college at 17. Like a lot of these kids are doing that, right? When they come early enrollee, like Jonah Williams or all these guys that are here right now, the freshman class, their clock starts ticking as soon as they enroll at 17. So they got 5 years from 17. It doesn't mean your clock starts ticking at 19.
Yeah.
You can enroll up to 19, and then your clock starts ticking. You pass that, you're going to be out. But if you enroll at 17, that's your 5 years started right there, and you're done at 22 years old.
But if you are a high
Older.
school kid who turns 19, your clock starts.
You got till
when you're in
24.
high school.
You have 24.
Okay.
Yes.
Basically, it's
upon
once you turn 24.
enrollment. Yes.
Great.
At least my read of it. So
Unless
there you
you're
go. That happened.
on a
That's
mission.
out there. We've got a rule that coaches like, actually, from the NCAA. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Somebody will sue. There'll be a lawsuit coming, but that's where that is. And obviously, they would like that to be codified by the Protect College Sports Act.
No, I don't think we sue enough people in America.
Pretty clearly, we do not.
I think we got to sue more people all the time. I'll sue you for fun.
And you're the son of a lawyer.
Yeah.